So here inheritance is one of the object orientation important feature which is allowing you to acquire the properties from base class and adding a new feature and deriving a new product. Just like if you have a TV, very initially when first time TV was invented, there was some basic features, right? So now if you wanted to do some addition, some more changes with that, we have to acquire certain properties. What is the basic properties of TV? Okay, a screen, okay, and inside the picture tube. So that is all the basic things you will acquire from there, and you will add on the new features and you will get a new product. Okay, so that is how in application development also, okay, whenever we wanted to go with a new application with the new features, definitely we must have the inheritance concept. If there is no inheritance, we cannot acquire the properties from another class. For example, I have a class called loan. In this loan class, the basic features of loan, let us say loan ID, loan amount, loan duration, so from which bank you are taking the loan, such features you have, which we are calling it as a base features of loan class. Now, tomorrow based on the requirement, we will be having different types of loans. Let us say personal loan, marriage loan, education loan, housing loan. Likewise, we will be having various types of loans. And when you design these new classes, are you going to do everything again from the scratch? Means when you're going to design a new TV, do you wanted to start everything R&D from the beginning? Or else you wanted to take certain features from this and then you wanted to add the new feature? Always we need a reusability, right? So we will make the base features which are already existing and then we go for a new feature, then we will design a new product. Similarly, in application development also, always we take a base class which we are calling it as a parent class, also calling it as a super class. The class which is acquiring the properties from the super class is called as subclass, child class, derived class. And this acquiring of properties from one class to other class can be done in many ways. Okay, it means inheritance means it is not like one class to another class, there is an end. It is not like that. Always it can be continued in many ways, in multiple types of inheritances. Okay, that is called as inheritance. So in inheritance, okay, we are going to use syntax for Java application development. What is the syntax we will see? Those are coming from very first time with Java, okay, non-IT background, for whom you have to be careful while writing a class with inheritance feature. And coming here, always you observe that inheritance concept is mainly for reusability. Means I have some class with some functions, constructors, attributes, okay, I have so many elements in my class. I wanted to make use of them without rewriting in the subclass. Anything new feature is added, we will add it here. New variable, new function, new logic. But existing logic, let's use from here itself. Similar way, all other subclasses. This is how we are achieving reusability. Reusability is the main feature of our inheritance concept. And here the inheritance concept is also related with another feature called as is a relationship. What is a relationship? Okay, so always the super class will have a generalized features common to all these loans. Coming to, these are called as specialized classes. Specialized means this is specific to housing loan, specific to education loan, specific to marriage loan, specific to personal loan. So these are subclasses are called as specialized classes. Superclass is called as general class. So now what we will say is personal loan is a loan. We will call now as personal loan is a loan. This is the relationship. So inheritance is also called as is a relationship, right? And here we are going to make use of certain keywords, okay, certain syntax we need to make use with the inheritance concept. So how do we achieve that programmatically? Now we will see with a simple example. So let me create a class called first I am going to create a class called loan. This is going to be a super class for our application in which we have called loan ID and type of the name and then bank name. That's all the basic features of loan. Now I wanted to create with another class here called personal loan, in which I wanted to have a main method as well. Loan is my super class and the personal loan I wanted to have only the personal loan related things. So here is a double loan amount, right? And here double interest rate. Always use coding standards to identify your variable names. Don't go for ABC XYZ names, and always maintain the coding standards to choose your class names as well. Don't go for a small letters. Class name should start with a capital letter, function name should start with a small letter. Now personal loan is having additional properties called amount and interest rate. But what about these features? Means ID, loan name, loan bank name, customer name and the bank name. So now these features I am not repeating into my personal loan because I wanted to get it from the super class. So extends loan. So here it is called as this is a subclass and this is called as superclass. Clear? And we are going to use keyword called extends. Extends is a keyword which is used for inheritance, right? And here the other relationship what I am telling you is called as personal loan is a loan. This is an relationship. We have to assume that every subclass is a type of a superclass. It's a specialized class, it is a generalized class. Now the other terms usually we use for base class is for base class we use also called parent class, or also called as base class. And coming to for a subclass we will be calling it as child class, also called as derived class, right? So this is the basic relationship between the parent class and subclass. Now what are we going to achieve this? So now you don't need to redefine which is already available in a superclass. Which is available in superclass is not required. Clear? So whatever is there in the superclass, these properties, you don't need to redefine again here. That is what we are calling it as reusability. We are going to achieve reusability. And one more thing, here when we create an object of personal loan, PL equal to new personal loan, with the subclass object we are able to refer everything from current class and as well as from the superclass. So let us see now. PL dot, now I am able to access amount, interest, and as well as what all the other features are available. Customer name, bank name, ID, everything is possible here. Clear? Let us check with that. So how do we print the content from the class? By writing toString method. So I have created toString. And how do I generate my constructor? Source generate constructor using fields. So the loan class has, yeah, can you see the screen now? I'm sharing the screen. Can you see now? Okay. So now I am just generated a toString and a constructor, and as well as in the subclass also I'll do the same. So I'll generate, because we need to pass the data, so I'm creating a constructor, and as well as I'm going to generate toString method to print it. Okay, again it is breaking. Can you check once now? Okay. So now what are we going to do is, just we have a subclass and this is a parent class. We wanted to acquire the loan features into personal loan. Now we are going to achieve a reusability. This is called as a is a relationship, and extends is a keyword which is used to acquire the properties from one class to other class. This is the basic features of inheritance. So what exactly we are going to achieve with this? Now let us say if I am going to print my superclass object. Superclass object means, what is the object we need to create? Loan L equal to new loan. Right? Now when you call something from this loan class, it is as usual like your a normal class so far you are practicing with. Now here, as we don't have a constructor here called empty constructor, you cannot create an object with a without passing a parameter. You cannot create an object. So how do we need to create with? We need to pass the three parameters called personal, first of all loan object we create ID, customer name and bank name. So let us pass ID of the loan 101, customer name is Ram, and bank name is ICICI. Right, that is created. Now the thing is, when you wanted to print, so forget about the subclass now let us just check with the features of now superclass. Just we are checking with the superclass. When we print the object of loan, just it is going to show us this is not a string here, both are strings, right? Loan ID string and string. Now we are just trying to print the loan details. This is only superclass details we are getting it. So with the calling your superclass loan, as we are printing 2 times, we are getting 2 times, just we are getting a loan detail. Now how do I make use of those properties of superclass into my subclass? Right? So in the subclass, now let us say we have a constructor called personal loan. This is a constructor of my current class. Then I am going to initialize amount and interest. These two properties I am initializing. Then how do I initialize my superclass properties? Superclass is having 3 more properties, right? I have declared here. I am going to reuse. I just wanted to send the data from subclass object. So when I am sending from here, do I need to send this to the superclass? Yes. That time we use super of ID, C name, B name. Right? So these 3 parameters which are coming from the superclass, we send it and we get it. We initialize it. And the subclass properties, the remaining amount and interest rate, we get it from the subclass. This is what is called as initializing with your subclass object. Now let us create a subclass object. With the subclass object, now I wanted to send a different user, okay, with the same bank, and the amount of loan is, okay, some amount, and the interest rate is 7.9. Right, this is the data I am sending to my subclass object. Now when I send these details, this is the data available from my current class, but these three details are from the superclass. Without creating an object of loan, now I am able to access it. Now let me comment this. I am not going to use this, but with the subclass only I am able to call subclass parameters and as well as superclass parameters. Now I will call it with my subclass object. Are we able to print both? Let us check now. So with the toString method, what is the values we are going to print it here? Amount and interest. Right? Now let us say you wanted to get the other properties. What are the other properties we have to print? PID and PL dot. What is the other thing we have? Customer name. Are we able to access with the subclass object? Yes. PL dot bank name. Yes, you are able to print it. Means using the subclass, you are able to call everything from superclass. Now I am able to get these details. And you wanted to also get the details of, what is that? PL dot amount and PL dot interest rate. Done. Now are you able to call everything from subclass now? So are we reusing these three properties from base class? And this is the data coming from subclass. This is how, by using inheritance, we are going to acquire the properties of one class into another class. And this is not stopped at this place. Tomorrow you can design an application for housing loan. Again you can take the properties of loan, once again you can reuse it. And you wanted to construct for a marriage loan. Yes, again you can take another class and you can implement it. That is how you are going to continue with this relationship called inheritance. Acquiring the properties of one class into another class. Now all the parent class properties are acquired into subclass. With the subclass object you are able to call your attributes, your functions and all the properties. You are able to call your constructor as well, right? With this itself you are able to construct your superclass. You are invoking constructor. You are getting the properties. Now let us check with a function. Function is simply, I wanted to display some loan details. Disp loan details is my function, within which what I wanted to do is, though I have my toString function, just I am going to write a function here. Okay, void disp loan details. In this disp loan details, you know the function, right? Always function is written with a block of statements, and function can have an argument and you can have some statements within a function to perform a business logic. Now in disp loan details, we wanted to print our loan customer name and the bank name. Simply I wanted to give my bank name or name of the bank which is issuing the loan. Okay, the name of the bank is B name. This is a function I have called disp loans. Now coming to the personal loan, I wanted to have one more function called void, okay, disp personal loan details. That is disp loan detail, this is disp personal loan details. In the personal loan details, I just wanted to show only the interest rate. Right? So here I just wanted to print this dot interest rate. Done. Now I am printing, this means it is to invoke your current class attribute. Okay. Now I am able to have one function in the subclass and another function in the superclass. Now let us check, can I call my subclass function with this object? Yes. So I am going to call my class function, that is called disp, okay, personal detail loan details. With the same object, can I call my superclass function, that is disp loan details? Yes, it is also possible. Once again, you are going to achieve reusability. See here, you are getting from interest rate and as well as your bank details from the superclass. So with this inheritance, you are able to access attributes and as well as functions and as well as constructors from the superclass. This is called reusability. In Java, okay, multiple inheritance is not possible. Here is called as diamond problem. Means there is a variable may present in your loan class and an account class. Means in your account also you have a CNAME, balance and account number. And maybe in your loan class you have again CNAME, okay, and the bank name and the ID. There may be a conflict between the variables. There may be a function. Let's say I have a function called show. I am doing something in my show class. Again, my account also may have that show function. There is a possibility. Not always, there is a possibility. Now, when I am extending both the classes, from which class I should take into this my new subclass? If I say h1, okay, h1 dot, so I must get a show, right? So where from I am getting, whether from loan, whether from account. There is an ambiguity, right? So that is the reason. In Java, multiple inheritance is not possible. It will not allow you to extend more than one class at a time. Only one class at a time. Clear? This is you need to remember about extends keyword in Java. Multi-level inheritance is possible. Single inheritance is possible. Okay. But multiple inheritance is not possible. Multiple means extending more than one class. Okay, I have a loan class and I have, okay, account class. I cannot combine both the classes into my housing loan. It's not possible. But from one class to loan to housing loan and housing loan to long-term housing loan or short-term housing loan is possible. Multi-level is possible. A to B, B to C, C to D, that is possible. But A, B at a time into C is not possible because of the diamond problem. You may get a question like why it is. Diamond problem means if the superclass is having some function or a variable and here also you have a function and a variable with the same name, then when I refer from the subclass, to whom it has to refer. So that is the biggest problem, which is an ambiguity which is not possible. So Java does not support this multiple inheritance by means of classes. So you cannot extend more than one class at a time. You see practically and read about this problem called diamond problem. Everybody should be clear about this while you are learning the concept called inheritance. Right? So you cannot extend more than one class. So in Java, the types of inheritances are possible called A to B, one class to the next class, which is called as single inheritance. Only one class using by this other class. And called multi-level inheritance means A to B, B to C, C to D, that can be continued forever. There is no limit, there is no stop for this inheritance. That is how in software application development, always we take an existing application, we add some features and we go for a new application design. Again, it is not limited. Okay, again it is extended by the other application. So that is how we are going to achieve our reusability. Okay, multi-level inheritance. And because of this diamond problem, we are not going to have multiple inheritance in Java. Strictly you have to remember about this topic. So, in contrast to inheritance relationship, we have another relationship in Java called as, okay, has a relation. What is has a relation? Okay, has a relation is embedding one class into another class. We have a person class with some attributes related to person called name and age, And we have another class called account, in which we have account number, balance, and account holder as a attributes. Now in our application, we may need account into person or person into account. We need to relate both the classes. So we are going to relate it with the has a relation. This is called as association or composition. Composing one object with the other object is called as composition. Okay, it is not inheritance. Okay, so when to go for inheritance, when to go for association, you have to decide. Why? Because when the classes are in a hierarchy means, let us say loan, personal loan, and afterwards, okay, long term loan, short term loans, this is all related, right? For example, you have animal, then you have mammals, and then you have birds. This is all hierarchy. Suppose you have called vehicle, okay, then car, then bus, okay. In the car again you have luxury car, okay, and sports car. So this is all hierarchically related. All are cars, all are animals, all are loans. That time we go for inheritance. Clear? But when they are not in a hierarchy, then when they are not connected in a hierarchical relationship, there is no hierarchical relation, but still we have to reuse one class in the other class, then we go with has a relation, which is called as, okay, composition. And this relationship we'll call it as has a relation. How do we use it? We have to declare, just like other data types and objects. How do you define? You need to declare the other class and its object. How do we use it? Right? Let us say I have a function called show in my person class. Within my show class, what I can do, I can make use of my current class elements like name, okay, and all the other properties of my current class. Similar way, how can I access something from other class? So in my other class, certain properties are there, and I am going to use with again, okay, constructor. You can generate the constructor for other object called person also. Okay, I have a constructor, and I can also have, okay, source to string method. You can print everything. Now in my person class, I wanted to call my account class. Okay, like how do I create an account object? Account, right? Now here what I can do is account equal to new account of, okay, you create or pass the data. What are the details you wanted to pass? For example, in my account, I don't wanted to give as of now the person details. Just I wanted to give number, balance, and only my 3 parameters of my current class: account number, balance, and account holder details. Okay, name of the account holder, balance, and account number. Let me create that object here. Okay, now the balance amount, account holder name, and okay, account number is integer, huh? Yeah, integer. So we created using a constructor. You save here the constructor and go here, we are calling it. Now here what it is saying, account spelling. So there is a account reference you created here, and you are creating an object here. Now can I use my account details here without inheritance? Right, we are not inheriting, but we are taking a reference here. We create an object here, and I can use it here, right? So what are the things you wanted to get it from account dot account holder name, and account dot any other details, number, balance, anything you can access. This is called association, has a relation. This is also reusability. Are we not using one class in the other class? Yes. Similarly, here in a person you are creating account object, you are using it. Again, in the account, you can create a person object and you can use it. This is the person object, right? So let me create a function here called disp. In this disp, I wanted to create my person object. How do I create? Simply by using constructor, you can pass your data, and okay, you can create with all the details. So you don't have a constructor here, you first generate the constructor. Name age account. Okay, with this name age account you can create Raj only name and age we will take. As of now we don't give this because account means the entire object we need to pass. Name and age we will give. So name and age, you created a person object. Done. Now can you, okay, person equal to, call something from your person class? Yes. Person dot, anything you can call from your person class. This is how also reusability possible, but this is called as, okay, association or has a relationship which is used between the classes when they are not hierarchically connected. Hierarchical means there should be a relation between the classes. So is there any relation between the account and a person? No, they are not hierarchically connected. So we have to go with this feature. And whenever they are hierarchically connected, means they are into same group, all are vehicles, all are persons, all are employees, then we go for inheritance. Following, guys, everyone?